Today is a follow-up appointment. If you guys remember, I did a pedicure that was pretty much the Grand Canyon of cracks and fissures. Well, she did her homework, she used her Podoexpert, and now 7 weeks later, I'm so excited to show you what I'm working with. All right, go ahead and take a look. These cracks are no longer the Grand Canyon. They look better. You can see that the skin is starting to repair. So pretty much all I'm gonna go ahead and do is exfoliate and do the same thing and then see her again in another 7 weeks. And I cannot wait for her skin. She's gonna be ready this summer to rock those heels. You probably already do anyways. The biggest thing is when we see cracks is I'm concerned about infection. What I love about Podoexpert is we're not just hydrating the skin, we're also repairing it. So let's go ahead and jump into this pedicure. Podoexpert killing the pathogens on her foot. I'm using my Podoexpert shoe and foot deodorant to clean the pathogens. Since I do everything dry, this is the way I cleanse the feet. All right, so look at that. So I'm gonna start off using the Carbide pedicure bit. And I'm just gonna thin down those cracks. Lay your bit flat, and remember to pick it up. Be sure you're wearing a mask and eye protection. I'm just opening that crack up. Just like that, look at that. And opening this crack is I'm removing the dry skin so that as I open it up, when my client applies the Podoexpert dry crack skin, it's gonna promote new healthy skin. Just gonna be able to penetrate. So I'm using the Carbide wherever there's a major debulk. And at this point, I might also just go in there with my ball bit into that fissure and just thin it out a little more. Since I know I'm gonna see my client in 6 weeks, I really wanna remove as much as I can just to accelerate the process of that cream. All right, what I don't wanna do with this bit is get it right up in there like that and push into that crack because I don't know how thin it is. So no live tissue removal. But in a case like this, I'll often switch to my Pedi Sphere Carbide. And since it's rounded, I'm able just to get in there and open that crack up a little more. I'm making sure just to stay on the cracked skin. If you get on the raw skin, it will zinger. And I'm just opening that crack up. Now, if you think opening this crack up that the client could bleed or it looks infected, don't do it. Don't do it. Abandon ship. Stay in your scope. I'm just removing what is dead and callus. So some of these more artificial ones, I might drag it over just depending on how long the pedicure's booked. As always, you guys, don't work harder on a pedicure if you're not charging for it. She could have come every 4 weeks. I'm gonna make sure I'm staying right within the scope of my time for the service, okay? And since we use Carbide, what do we gotta do now? We gotta go over with Diamond. Now this is where the airborne particles get real crazy. Keep your bit flat. Go against the grain. We are trying to lift the skin, and then we'll go over it in a circular motion just to smooth it all out. No carpet catching. Model, last time did you go home? When you walked on your carpet, did your heels catch? Woohoo! Of course they didn't. Because I smoothed everything down. Wonderful. Now, since she's not ticklish, I'm just gonna go over the whole foot. And then I'm just gonna drop the barrel. That way if my client says it's warm, I know exactly where it is. Looking for it to turn pink and warm. Apply some pressure, not a whole lot, but you wanna make sure you have that constant contact. What's really nice about Diamond 2 is you don't have to step down. So if your abrasiveness is extra coarse, you don't have to go down to a coarse and then a medium. You can just stay at extra coarse. So what I used for this pedicure is I got in there and I opened up my cracks, also known as fissures, okay? And then because I didn't want to go up with any pressure, I don't want to do this, I don't want to put that kind of force, I switched my tool to the Pedi Sphere and I just opened it up, even when it crossed, okay? Open that up. So I'm gonna just take some alcohol so you guys can see how much I open this up before I apply the product. Look at that. This is great. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. You can see that there's some redness. okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're going to put our foot mousse on. You only need a golf ball size. So the best is to get to your clients, or if you are a client yourself, is to do it at least once a day. If they're severely cracked, you can do it twice a day. The best time to do it is right after you get out of the shower because your pores are open, okay? If you are someone who does not follow beauty protocol, that's okay. When you're going to the bathroom before bed, keep it right next to your toilet, throw it on your feet. You guys remember what these feet looked like 7 weeks ago? And now, take a look. Look at the difference. Look how nice and supple. Like, look how hard this skin is. And look how supple. This is awesome. This is exactly what I want. I want my client to continue to be working with the Podoexpert, and I cannot wait to see her in another 7 weeks and see what these look like. It's gonna be great.